Chapter 1. What the hell? Ivory's point of view. Lily, are you ready? We have to go see Mom before I go to work, I yelled from the bathroom while I'm brushing my long black raven hair. I add a small amount of mascara to make my ocean blue eyes pop. Yes, sissy, I'm coming, little Lily screams, running into our bathroom. She is like a spitting image of me. We both have black hair, but while I have ocean eyes, she has emerald green eyes. I am 5'6" and 18, and Lily is about 4'2" and 6. I know we come from a short family. Okay, come on. We walk outside to get into my mom's old Ford pickup and head off to the hospital. My mom has been in the hospital about a half a month now. She has a kidney failure in both kidneys and now is on life support. She got put on life support about 3 days ago, and because we're poor, we can't afford the surgery that she desperately needs. She told us that she should just be taken off life support, but I couldn't let her do that. She and Lily are all that I have left. Our dad left us a couple months ago before Lily was born. We don't know why, but he was always a shallow person and probably left with some girl. We arrived at the hospital and went up to the counter. Hello, Ivory and Lily. How are you girls? Missy asked us. We have gotten to know each other because of how much time I spend here. We're good. Thank you for asking. I smiled before walking past her to see my mom. We came across her room, and I knocked before entering. Hi, girls, my mom smiled, and made room for us both to climb onto her bed. Hi, Mom, I said weakly. Oh, Ivory, she soothed, rubbing my back. It's okay, sissy. Lily smiled at me before hugging me. Ivory, you're going to have to let me go soon. The bills will get too big. My mom tried to reason with me. No, I told her sternly. Lily and I need you. I'm not letting you go. I will pay off these bills, and I will pay for the surgery you need. Honey, it's time. No, I cried as I laid my head on her shoulder. It's not even close to that time. It'll never be close to that time. I cried harder. Don't cry, Ivory. Lily cooed, rubbing my arm and looking up at me with her little emerald eyes. I wiped my tears and nodded. You're right, I shouldn't be crying. Because Mommy will get better, and she will not be going anywhere, I said, determined, and Lily looked up at me proudly. Right, Mommy? I asked. I'm guessing she caught on to what I was getting. Yes, dear. She smiled as she pulled me into a hug. We've been sitting here for about an hour, and I have to leave to go to work. I gotta go, Mom. I love you. Love you too. Love you, Lily, Mom said, pulling my sister in for a hug. Love you too, Mommy. Lily held on for about a minute before walking out the door with me. Hello, Miss Ivory. Miss Odell pulled me in for a hug. How was the diner? I have to work 2 jobs to keep up with some of the bills, but Miss Odell helps me pay them. Even though I told her not to, she wants to, and she will not take no for an answer. She's a very good friend of my mother's. Miss Odell is my boss here at the library, and I also work at Earl's Diner on Main Street. I'm good, Miss Odell, thank you, I replied, hugging her back. Sweetie, I told you to call me Susie. Miss Odell sounds too old, and that's my mother-in-law's name. Sure, sorry, Susie. She nodded in approval. Lily, we got new books for you, she said, pointing over to one of the shelves. Thank you, she whispered as she skipped over there. So, what am I doing today, Susie? I asked, turning towards her. Just organize these books right here, she replied, patting the books on the cart. Okay, I smile as I take the cart, looking at the authors to find out where it goes. About 5 minutes later, I felt a tap on my shoulder. Hi, excuse me, miss. I turned around to see a black-haired boy with bright chocolate brown eyes. He's not bad at looking. He's actually rather hot. Yes, sir? How can I help you? I asked, him snapping out of it. I'm David. I was wondering if you could help me find a book. Sure, my name is Ivory. Nice to meet you. He stuck out his hand to shake. You too, I said, shaking back. Do you like an anime book? Action? Adventure? It's not for me. It's for my friend's little sister. She finished reading her book. She wants a new one. He chuckled. I laughed. I know how she feels. I ran out of books from here all the time. If I could live in the library, I would. And a Starbucks built into it. Starbucks. Sure. I smiled, leading the way. What is she into? She loves fairies, princesses, adventures, anything else girly. He laughed. I smiled and walked over to a perfect book. Here you go. I, it has a fairy princess and she gets captured and her prince has to save her. I explained, handing him the book. Thanks, he replied, taking it. Of course. Come on, I'll check you out. He walked over to the counter, and I checked it out for him. Oh, here's the book she had before. I gave him a thankful smile and he waved before walking. I looked down at the book and saw it was about a werewolf princess. What little girl reads about werewolves? Well, it does have princesses in it. I smiled and put it in a box and continued putting away the books that were on the cart. Ivory? Susie called out to me. Yes? I asked, putting the cart where it's supposed to go. There's a really bad storm heading this way. Lilly should probably leave before it hits us. Are you sure? I asked, looking at my wife. Gah! My watch! My shift isn't over yet. I don't care. I care about your safety more. I'll pay you full for today. But Susie, no, Ivory, she said sternly. It's a really bad storm. You and Lilly need to go home and be safe. I groaned and nodded, knowing I wouldn't win for this. Okay, be safe then. You too. I walked around and looked for Ivory. Ivory, I found a book, she smiled, holding it up to me. I looked at it. Of course it had fairies. I shook my head, smiling, and thought about how Lilly and that little girl would be perfect friends. You can't get it, but Susie said you can get it, but Susie said we have to go. A really bad storm is heading this way. She smiled and nodded. After we checked out the book, we hopped into the truck, and right as I started it, a crack of thunder sounded, and the sky lit up with lightning. Damn it, I cursed, turning on the windshield wipers. Language! Lilly scowled at me. Sorry, I mumbled, sticking out my tongue at her. She always hated hearing me cuss, and I try not to do it when she's around. I put the car into drive and headed home. The ride home usually takes about 30 minutes because we live out in the country, which is far away from town, and we're surrounded by trees. Lilly, would you quit messing with the radio? I laughed. We're almost home. She stuck out her tongue at me and I turned to look at her, laughing. Ivory! She screamed and pointed at the road. I turned to the road and slammed on the brakes, dodging whatever was laying in the middle of the road. We slipped because of the wet pavement and landed in a ditch. Lilly! I screamed as I unbuckled myself and her. Are you okay? Oh my gosh, please be okay, I said, crying. Ivory, why are you crying? I'm fine, she said, wiping my tears. I pulled her into my lap and breathed a sigh of relief. Thank God. What was that back there? She asked. I don't know, but let's get home. The rain is getting heavier, I said. I was about to put the truck into reverse, but Lilly stopped me. What if it was an animal? Lilly, don't Lilly me. Go check it out. It could be hurt. You know, for a 6-year-old, you're pretty smart. I laughed. But put your hood up. She nodded. Oh, wait. You're fine, but put your hood up. She nodded eagerly and jumped out of the truck. We walked back to where the lump was right in the was packed. We walked back to where the lump was, and the light of the moon, from the light of the moon, and lightning helped us so we could see. We got up to where it was at, and I gasped in shock as I was seeing what I was seeing. It was a fox. What the hell? I whispered so Lily couldn't hear. Ivory, we have to take it home and help it, Lily cried. I groaned and nodded. Okay. I took off my hoodie and picked up the fox. Well, more like dragging it, and walked back to the truck. Hold on to him, or her, I said, placing the fox on Lily's lap. It was big, so it was mostly on the floor. The entire ride there she was stroking its fur and talking to it. We arrived at the house. We jumped out and ran inside and placed the fox in a basket. Lily, go get some old blankets and a couple of towels, and probably some shampoo too. I said, the fox, it didn't smell so good. She nodded and looked at the fox. It was better to see it because of the light. It was huge. I don't know how I managed to carry it, but I was dragging it sometimes too. But what really got me was its eyes. The eyes were a glowing amber red color, and the fur was a shiny bright red. The fox's stomach was white, along with its paws, and the tip of its tail, and its muzzle. You're gonna be okay, I said as I patted its head. The fox looked at me, and I swear it smiled. Here you are, Ivory, Lily yelled as she handed me everything. Sweet, thank you. I took the fox into the bathroom and had Lily carry the shampoo and towels. I cleaned the fox's fur and dried it off before bringing it back into the kitchen. I think we need something bigger. I pointed to the fox in the basket. The fox's head was hanging out, and so were its feet and tail. I have a box in my room, Lily suggested before running upstairs. She came back down a few minutes later, and I smiled a thank you and took everything into our room and set the fox in the box. Fox down in the box. There you go. There you are, little guy, Lily said. It growled softly at us. Are you a girl? It nodded. Wait, how did it nod? How did you just nod? How did you understand us? I asked myself, confused. Thank you, I heard a soft voice. I jumped and so did Lily. Ivory, did you hear that? She said, clutching my leg. Yeah, I heard that, I replied, holding on to her. It's okay, I'm not going to hurt you, the voice said again. I looked at the fox and saw she was getting up. Yes, it's me, the fox speaking. How? I asked, putting Lily behind me. I'm a fox spirit. My name is Red. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Lily. Hi, I'm Ivory, and this here is Lily, I replied cautiously. Nice to meet you. I would like to thank both of you, for caring for me. I know now how to go to. What? I know how to go to. I don't know. What do you mean? And it was no big deal. Like I said, I'm a spirit. I traveled trying to find a soul kind enough to take care of an injured and sick fox. So far, I haven't found anyone. The people would either pass me or try to shoot me because for my fur. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was a little brutal. She, or Red, laughed. Thank you for letting me finally end my search. Oh, you're welcome, I said, unsure. You're welcome? I asked, unsure. It's a good thing. Now what is about to happen you can't tell anyone. Red turned to Lily. That means you too, Lily. Absolutely nobody can know about this, she asked as we nodded in understanding. Okay, now Ivory, with this, you will have heightened senses, more strength, better sense of smell, touch, and sight. Also, better hand-eye coordination and balance. They'll be more flexible and toe angly with increased agility. They'll be more flexible and toe agility with increased greatly, like speed. What are you talking about? I asked, confused. as to why she was telling me. If you need any help, I'll be right there with you. But just because I will be inside you, we can talk, and I can feel your feelings, just like you will be able to feel mine. What? Red, what? And you will also be able to shift into a fox. Red, you're scaring me. Don't be, she soothed. Just relax. It's a gift. That's all she said before she started to glow. Holy shit, I whispered. I watched her as she started to glow brighter, and the next thing I know, the glow got smaller and drifted towards me. It went through my chest, and I collapsed on the floor, and the darkness came over. Yay. Like for part 2. Maybe. I like this book.